Hello, folks, and welcome back to True Crime Phenomenon. This is Josh, and I'm back with the boner of the week, Mr. Jeremy Dewitte. Now, this is video number 2 on Mr. Dewitte. We're going to go over his arrest. We're going to go over a phone call he makes from court as well as his court appearance. Really funny, as usual. Jeremy Dewitte is in his rare form, so I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, comment below, and let me know what you think about Mr. Dewitte here. Thank you.
No, Lieutenant, I'm in.
Then get a captain.
There is no captain.
Then get somebody that outranks you, Sergeant.
Nobody
I have
outranks
the
me.
video. Calm down.
So he's being pulled over for his registration here. So he apparently has a registration issue that has come up, and apparently his tags were stolen off another bike. And while the police are attempting to verify all this information, Jeremy just can't shut up and just go through the motions. You know, I mean, this guy just can't fly straight. He can't do anything on the up and up. He's just crazy. Anyways, here we go.
Down. Hey, put him in a car. Put him in a car. And that motorcycle has that tag.
Who is this guy?
Jeremy.
Oh, that's Jeremy right there? Oh.
See how they all know Jeremy? They all know exactly who he is. Now, this is just the introduction from the Real World Police. Wonderful channel. They got all kinds of good stuff, but they got a lot of good stuff on Jeremy Dewitte. So anyways, here we go. Now, one thing you're going to notice here is he loves to use sergeant. Go get a lieutenant, sergeant. And then he loves to bring up statutes. I mean, this guy's such an idiot. You know, he just talks himself right into handcuffs every time. And, you know, I'd feel bad for the guy if he wasn't such a moron. But anyways, here we go.
I need a unit up here now so he can take over. Who wants the license unit? It's on my motorcycle, Sergeant. You want me to go back to my motorcycle? You want me to stand over here, Sergeant? I can't, because unless you're going to put one of your cruisers here and hold this funeral, I can't do that. Here, Sergeant, it pissed me off. Sergeant, I'm not trying to piss you off. It's your license. So you want me to go? Okay. It's your license.
So he's purposely defying orders. He's such a sarcastic prick the entire time. You're starting to piss me off. You know, I would be super pissed at this guy. He's such an idiot. You know, they all know who he is. He's had so many run-ins with the cops. He can't help himself. I mean, I don't know what his mental deficiency is. Dr. Grande does a really good video on him. I'll have to share that one soon and do my analysis of it. But he just cannot wrap his head around why they're picking on him. You know, they're all picking on me. You know, it couldn't be his attitude. It couldn't be the way that he treats the cops. And he's so condescending, screaming at people. I mean, he's got a real authority issue. A little Napoleon complex. It's crazy. Anyways, here we go again.
Yes, sir.
I need units back here now with video cameras. Now! Sergeant, my vehicle's not stolen, Sergeant. I can tell you right now, everything's being videotaped on my body cam, Sergeant. Okay, that's not a firearm, Sergeant.
Let's go.
That's a less lethal, Sergeant. So legally, for the per Florida statute, I'm allowed to carry that, Sergeant.
It's a less lethal, Sergeant. According to the statute 97444469735, I can carry a less lethal, Sergeant. Look it up, Sergeant. Get your lieutenant, Sergeant. He's such an idiot. But yeah. More Jeremy, please.
970. Go ahead and look it up, Sergeant. The vehicle's not stolen, Sergeant. I have the registration for the vehicle, Sergeant. I have the registration for the vehicle, Sergeant. Sergeant, get your lieutenant, please.
There is no lieutenant. I'm
Then
it.
get a captain.
There is no captain. I'm
Then
it.
get somebody that outranks you, Sergeant.
Nobody
I have
outranks
the
me.
very valid registration, Sergeant, that shows the state of Florida gave me the registration and that tag. The tag was stolen.
Next time I get pulled over for bad registration, I'm going to say, I have a very valid registration, Sergeant. Get your lieutenant.
Stolen off another motorcycle. That motorcycle was stolen. We were given the tag back by Orange County Sheriff's Office, and then that tag was given to us by the Department of Motor Vehicles, Sergeant.
Well, you have handcuffs.
Make sure you have your body cameras running.
Body cameras are running. Why you have
I'm
handcuffs?
not talking to you, officer.
Okay.
Notice how he's got a lot to say about everything but those handcuffs. Why doesn't he answer that question? Why do you have handcuffs, Jeremy? What are you going to do with handcuffs? You can't legally handcuff anybody. So why do you have them? What's the purpose? Are you trying to look like a cop, perhaps? Why do you have a baton? You know? Why do you have your pepper ball gun in a gun holster? You know, why do you purposely make yourself look like a police officer? Just, you know, kick that question around.
I have the registration for that vehicle, Sergeant. I want everyone on this scene with their body cameras rolling. Roger. I didn't even pass on a double yellow. I stayed within inside the double yellow, which is legal for us in the state of Florida, per Florida escort. I can pull the statute as well. Somebody get zero, get with him and explain to him that's less lethal per Florida statute.
I mean, look at all the stuff that they just pulled off of him. They're not done. They're still not done. He's like Inspector Gadget with all that equipment on him. I mean, just watch how much stuff they pull off this guy. It's unreal.
Statute 960, we can have that. He's saying I stole the bike. But it's registered to the company.
Don't walk over here. Stay over there.
Sergeant, I can prove the registration.
Stay over there. Stay against the car.
Sergeant,
Stay over there. Do not walk over here.
Sergeant, I can prove the registration.
As soon as we prove
Oh, okay. But you're 15 and me and you're holding me here in front of all these people. We could have done this professionally, not like children. Just because you don't like me and you have a history with me doesn't authorize you to.
Okay, so who's acting more like a child here? They're not really literally saying nothing to the guy. Just, okay, yeah, whatever. They're not saying anything to him. And he accuses them of acting like a child. Anyways, just an observation.
Treat me like shit.
treat me like shit.
Sergeant.
No, everybody can move on.
No, they're 12 with me, just like your officers would be if you needed help.
They can go.
No, they're staying per my orders.
Stay against
Hey,
the car.
officers, I'm getting this all on
Why do you
video
have a bulletproof
camera,
vest on?
and I can promise you, this isn't going to go the way you're planning. Officer, I have my body camera on. So just leave my helmet on for right now, sorry, officer.
I'm taking it off.
Okay. Take my glasses off before you do that. Take my glasses off before you do that.
Look forward.
So there's a reason why he wants to keep that helmet on. I think his body cam's attached to that helmet is what I'm assuming here. So you can leave that on, officer.
You got handcuffs? Where's the handcuff key?
Whenever we're done running the 2829 on the bike and I can verify the registration, we can move forward.
Once we verify that 2829, then we can move forward. He loves to just throw out the statutes. It's really funny. Anyways, I'd love to I'd love to just hang out with Jeremy. You know, he's kind of like watching a car crash in slow motion. It's just bizarre. You know, I don't understand what he thinks he's going to get out of acting like a complete idiot. You know, maybe he thinks he's acting like respectful. I mean, wait till you see him in court. Just wait. I mean, he only gets better. his phone call from the jail. Oh my goodness! And you can tell like his employees are like, "What? You're in jail again?"
Anything in your shoes?
Jeremy, where's the handcuff key? Just tell us.
I don't have it. It's on the key that he left on my motorcycle. I just advised you it's on my motorcycle in the bag.
Okay, seriously, like I know I'm stopping this a lot, and I'm sorry, but my God, the amount of stuff they've already pulled off of him, and he's wearing a bulletproof vest, which I mean, he probably needs one the way that he acts, but I mean, my goodness, look how much they've pulled off of this guy. It's unreal. Like he's a human Swiss Army knife.
Are we done now, Sergeant, so we can run the tag and get that verified? Because I haven't stole my motorcycle.
We're already doing that, Jeremy.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So then why are we continuing to push me around and shove me while we're searching you? We've taken the baton and the mace, and officer safety is clear now. Is it not, Sergeant?
We're not done, Jeremy.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Officer safety equipment. Officer. But you're not an officer. You're a state agent, aren't you, Mr. Dewitte? Motor 1, state agent, certified.
Let's relax, Jeremy.
Oh, I'm relaxed, Sergeant.
Airsoft?
It's not airsoft. It's less lethal. Under 970 statute, I can carry mace in any device that delivers it. Pull the statute. I actually have it on the statute. 970. I can carry mace, and I can carry mace in any device that delivers it. Judge has already cleared it in Orange County.
Let's take your bill.
That's because the Honda was stolen, and we got the tag back from the Orange County Sheriff's Office, and then we registered it to that motorcycle. And that motorcycle...
You know how quickly he goes from like 0 to 150? You know, on a scale of 0 to 10. I mean, he just goes from like just chilling. Okay, officer, I'm not going to talk to you. Not going to talk to you. Just, officer, this is stolen. Give it back to me. Orange County judge said it's okay. And then I've got an ugly wife.
Motorcycle had that tag. And the Department of Motor Vehicles issued the registration sticker for that tag.
Huh? All right.
In the car, dude. You just chill. If it's an issue, we'll figure it out. But you screaming and yelling isn't going to change that.
Well, pulling me out and putting me in cuffs.
When your car is, when it shows signal 10,
Right.
stolen, it's a felony.
With
So
the
that's how it's done.
registration. And I have the registration on
All
my
right.
phone, but
Just
you guys
sit
are
tight,
refusing
okay?
to listen.
Just sit tight.
Okay. Open the window, please, officer. Thank you. appreciate it.
Now, note Jeremy's what he just said there. He said, "You're refusing to listen." So, Jeremy has this expectation that everybody should listen to him, but he doesn't have to listen to anybody else. I mean, the guy, when he's when he's in court, they threaten to kick him out of the courtroom because he's such an idiot. He doesn't want to listen, doesn't want to hear anybody else, doesn't want to let them finish talking, wants to interrupt, shake his head, all this crazy body language going on. The guy's a total nut job. I mean, really a case study in, I don't know, something. Whatever he's got, boy, is he a case study.
Officer, sir,
Good.
that shit's not stolen.
You guys,
What?
you were
26.
Please get a lieutenant. I'm begging you to get a lieutenant. I never resisted you. Sir, officer, I know you see I'm a felon. That's why you're ignoring me.
Keep driving. Keep driving. Go, man. Go.
I'm getting this all on video camera.
Go.
And I can promise you.
Let's go. Keep moving.
Go the way you're planning.
Oh, you guys can keep going. Go park down the road somewhere else, but keep going.
Allowed to carry guns?
It's a BB gun.
It's airsoft.
Check that side on the... It does say...
Okay, you cannot tell me that he's not carrying that to make it look exactly like a real weapon. He's 110% doing that to look like a real weapon. There's just no other reason for it. It does not make sense. Get a taser. Get something. I mean, come on, man. He's so full of shit.
Kawasaki.
He's gonna go for just You okay?
Yeah, it's hot though. I burned it twice now. I didn't realize it was right there. Okay.
Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go position. And you're stopped for a violation.
I got camera.
Leave the cameras on anymore?
Yeah, ready for that.
He's in the car.
They got shit cameras on. Mine's already good.
I really wish they wouldn't have turned the cameras off right there because I would have loved to hear what they were going to say. Would have absolutely loved to hear what he was going to say there. Okay, so this next one is a phone call from the court, and this is Jeremy calling one of his trusted employees that's working at some like haunted house or something for him. And this poor guy, Jeremy all but accuses him of snitching and just, oh, it's either you or your brother. I don't know if they're lying to me or if you're lying to me. I mean, the guy, wait till you hear what he tells. He's trying to tamper with evidence, basically. He's telling him to go back to the office and erase all the body cam footage. That way they can't get that body cam footage to use against him. Essentially is what's going on here. All right, so here we go.
And I need you to listen to me. I need you to go to the office and make sure that all the cameras are reset. So that way the cameras are ready for the weekend.
What do you mean?
I need you to go to the office and reset all the cameras, including the car cameras, so that way all the cameras are ready for the weekend.
For English, press 1. For a collect call, press 0. Press pound. Please enter your 12-digit TID number. Please enter the area code and please hold.
Hello?
Hello, this is a free call from
Me.
an inmate at the Orange County Corrections.
Okay, so you can tell he's been through this more than once in his life. This guy, he's got the system on lock. He's getting from the jail, and it makes you wonder: does he just keep money on the books at the local jail? Because he's there all the time. I wonder how often his employees get calls. Hey, it's me, Jeremy. I'm in jail again. Statute 970. Call Rania. Get her down here. Bail me out. And at one point, he even asked his employees for money. It's kind of funny. One employee offers to work a month for free. And it's just sad, pathetic. He's making all this money and spends all this money blowing on making the cars look like police cars. Metro State look just like police cars when you don't need to do that. You really don't. And all this money on badging and equipment instead of paying his employees. And apparently his employees made decent money. Nothing crazy, but decent money. Seemed like they had a pretty good job. But this guy, he just, I don't know. He doesn't know when enough is enough. He just wants to be a cop so bad that he'll do anything to at least get himself as close as he can. Now, this is another video from Real World Police. Love this channel. Go there, like, and subscribe their content as well. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and give them a like, just because I know how important it is to algorithms. So if you're watching this video, you made it this far, please give me a like. Please leave a comment. Really helps with the algorithms. My channel's brand new, a couple weeks old. I'm starting to get a lot more views. I can really see it trending up, but I need your help.
To accept this free call, press 0. To refuse this free call, hang up. This call is a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hey.
Hello?
How are you?
Who's this?
It's Jeremy.
What the hell? Why are you calling me from jail?
Because the fugitive unit picked me up today.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not. And I'll tell you some weird things. And I Recycle, you're like my friend, and I love you like a brother. So I hope you're not the one that's doing this.
What?
Yeah, because
Dude, I'm
Corporal
working right now at
Ramsey.
the haunted house.
I know Corporal Ramsey told me that you and your, I'm not using names, but you and your brother told them that I was doing all these things.
What?
Yeah.
You see, you go straight in for the accusation. You and your brother are telling on me, and I employ you, so you got to tell me the truth. These poor employees, I mean, they're just put through the ringer by this guy. They're probably just happy they're making good money. They probably are unskilled workers, and they just want to have a job, and this guy just can't keep it together long enough to have a job. Now, yeah, he eventually does go to prison for a year. I think he's currently in prison for a year, and it's 18 months total. He got 110 days time served, but one of his guys should take over and start a new business. Start a Metro State, but obviously don't call it Metro State, but just duplicate that plan and do it the right way, not like this idiot. Go in, do it the right way, and start an escort service. And it's not hard, but do it the right way, and don't fight with police all the time.
And in fact, your brother called me right before they pulled me over and said, "Hey, aren't you in the tow truck today?" I don't know. It could just be weird coincidence, because he was asking me too if he should just cancel his lawyer, and I was like, huh?
He said, who was canceling his lawyer?
Now watch Jeremy's body language in the background. Now this is just showing some kind of B-roll on Jeremy getting arrested or getting talking to by the police for his antics. He always does this open palm, uphanded gesture. Constantly does it. He does it over and over and over again in the courtroom. And body language experts will say kind of different things, like that's open or that's pleading or what have you. I think it's interesting because I've never seen anybody use that type of hand gesture so much. You can really see it right here. Like he's kind of bringing it back into a fist, but his hand is completely open and flat like a table. And it's just bizarre. I've never seen anybody use their hands like that. I'm actually doing it right now. I don't know why you can't see me. But yeah, he's got his hands flat, open constantly, and he's constantly doing that like the Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Constantly doing that in the courtroom. Wait till you see it. Blow your mind.
He was thinking about canceling his lawyer so he can get his money back for his mom.
Who was, though?
Huh?
Who?
Your brother.
My brother?
Oh my God. We're on a recorded line, buddy. Your brother?
Okay, so he's very aware of what's going on. He's very aware he's on a recorded line, very aware that the police probably listen to his calls. So this shows you how stupid he is for what he's going to do, right? He knows he's on a recorded call, and he knows he's about to record himself asking his employee to destroy evidence. Now he's going to kind of couch it in terms like, oh, so we get ready for the weekend. We got one escort. We need to have enough body camera film to be able to film everything. Well, that stuff downloads to a computer. I mean, come on. Jeremy, how stupid do you think we are?
You guys grew up together in New York?
Oh.
So, and Corporal Ramsey said that he knew who was driving what, and, I don't want to get all worked up, and I don't want to get things going, but, I just hope that you and your brother are not the ones that are doing this to me. So,
dude, I'm working at the haunted house. I didn't even know what the hell's going on. I've literally been getting, I guess that's probably been you that's been calling. We've been so short-staffed. It's like my first time being on break.
yeah.
And
So,
Jess has been calling me. Everybody's been calling me. And
who called you?
Jess.
Oh.
Jess and Dylan and everybody's been calling me. And then I was wondering what the.
Now, Jess, I believe, is his ex. What he called her a business partner. Dr. Phil, he called her ex-associate. And this is a woman who he was apparently having an affair with. Working with. I don't really know what's going on. I really don't care to know what's going on in his life except to make fun of him. But yeah, you're gonna see. I'm gonna do another video with that one where he can't even go and have lunch and act like a normal, civilized human being. Where he's throwing his weight around and pretending like he's a cop and. He's a major in the army and just a ranger, went to ranger school. Just the bizarre circumstances of his life, supposed circumstances of his life. He's so full of shit.
The hell's going on? The GSAP, been calling me and everyone's been calling me.
Yeah, they're charging me for impersonating a police officer for the incident with the off-duty deputy. They're saying because I got out of the truck and I yelled at him to get out of our funeral that I'm impersonating.
So are they coming after all of us?
No. In fact, Corporal Ramsey told me that they're not coming after any of you guys, which makes me think that some.
Okay, so if you watch any of Dewitte's videos, that's something very common that he does. Get out of my funeral. And I thought it was funny when Dr. Phil said, look, this isn't your funeral. This isn't the funeral director's funeral. This is a service you were hired to do for the family. This is their funeral, not yours. So stop calling it your funeral. It's not your funeral. You don't own it. I talked about this in a previous video. I had a friend that had this Napoleon complex. I mean, he just gets a little bit of power and just takes it to the 10th degree and just ends up looking foolish. Everything was, this is my company. This is my God, tyrant. Anyways, it ended up getting this guy fired from pretty much every job he's had as an adult. Literally every job he had as an adult, he was let go because he could not hack it. Acting that way, you're never going to make it when you act like a child, when you get a little bit of power and you abuse authority. Total abuse of authority.
Somebody's snitching on me because he was saying all kinds of things that don't make sense. And I was like, that doesn't even make sense. I think they're lying. I can't figure it out. I don't know if they're lying or if they're telling the truth. I don't know.
So what are they saying then?
They're saying that somebody was giving them information. I mean, they looked at the picture and they named all of you on the picture. And they said, oh, we got this information from somebody. And then he accidentally, the picture of us at the charity event. So, and in fact, then he used that silly term, UCFPD. You look like UCFPD in that uniform. So, and then...
Okay, so clearly he's been told that his uniforms look like UCFPD before. I assume that's UCFPD, University of Central Florida Police Department. That's what I would assume. But clearly he knows what it means because it's been said to him over and over and over again. Silly term. It's a silly term. And I wonder, part of me wonders, did Jeremy model his uniforms after UCFPD? I'm going to have to look that up.
He said that, Victor said that he was driving the Charger and that I was doing those things. I said, you talked to Victor and he told you that directly? He said, yes.
Was Victor driving the Charger?
Huh?
Was Victor driving the Charger?
I have no clue, brother. I really don't know. I don't know what's a lie and what's the truth.
So are you bonding out? What's going on?
They have a hold on me right now until tomorrow because I'm on bond already. So they're going to, they could take my bond away or they could give it back to me. But right now I have a hold. So that's why I'm calling you. I need your help. I need you to make contact with Rania somehow tomorrow. We got to get the tow truck out of the yard somehow, some way. I don't care what you guys do. I don't know how we do it. They took my wallet. They took all my credit cards. They took everything. I don't know what to do. And then Repo left his pepper barrel in the truck, and he was like, oh, we could charge you for concealed weapon. I was like, what are you talking about? It's a pepper barrel. And I didn't even know it was there. So, but he told me that they're not coming after anyone else, that they're just coming after me. So,
oh, my goodness. I don't even know what to do. I guess I'm going to have to call my attorney.
Yeah, he said that they came after me for the incident with the off-duty deputy because I got out of the truck and I told him to get out of the funeral. And then I wouldn't let him pass me is what they're trying to say. So.
Okay, we're going to take a quick station break so we can look at UCFPD. All right, so it is in fact the University of Central Florida Police Department, but I want you to see what the uniforms look like here. All right, so UCFPD, they got the dark black, they got the black uniforms, they've got the round badge. Now this is something he talks about a lot. Florida Police Department has a star badge. I don't have a star. I've got the round badge. So it looks just like it. Okay? So then we're going to go over here. We're going to add Jeremy, Dewitte, do it. Okay. Now let's see. The same picture shows up. Oh, there we go. Mr. Dewitte. Looks just like UCFPD. So it's not really that oh, here's a better one. It's really not that crazy to be saying that he looks like UCFPD because he looks exactly like UCFPD. So we're going to go back, keep that in your minds. We're going to go ahead and go back again. We're going to look up UCFPD again. All right, Jeremy, UCFPD, indistinguishable, right? The only thing he's missing is that cute little tie. I'm sure he'd add it if he thought it was necessary to look official. All right, so let's go and head on back.
But he said that they weren't coming after you guys. So that's what made me think that something was wrong. And then I was sitting here thinking about it, and they knew I was in the tow truck today because the UCs were following me, and I saw them following me forever. And I was trying to call Rania over and over and over, and I saw them following me from the turnpike, you know. And I was like, how did they even know I was in the tow truck? And then they took my cell phone, and he hasn't turned my cell phones back into property, so they have my cell phones. So I'm assuming they're going to call you guys, or I don't know, but he said that they weren't coming after you guys. They were only coming after me. So what I need you to do, though, is and I need you to listen to me. I need you to go to the office and make sure that all the cameras are reset.
Okay, so you notice how he says, I need you to listen to me. I need you to do this for me. I need you to listen. So essentially what he's asking him here, in my not so expert opinion, he's asking him, listen close, don't ask any questions because we're on a recorded line. I need you to go do this or go make this happen. I need you to go erase those tapes because it's got a lot of damning evidence on there and I can go to prison for 85 years, which is what he was facing.
So that way the cameras are ready for the weekend.
What do you mean?
I need you to go to the office and reset all the cameras, including the car cameras, so that way all the cameras are ready for the weekend.
I'm a little.
Wonder how long he thought about that. How long he thought, okay, here's the greatest excuse. We need to reset them for the weekend. Yeah, that'll work. They'll never know I'm trying to destroy evidence here. Or, realistically, what he's thinking is that they'll get to it in time and erase all the data before they can get there with a warrant. That's what's probably really going on there.
Choose. Like, what are you talking about? You talking about what cameras are the ones that are
the body cameras and the dash cameras. Make sure all of them are reset so we have enough footage for the weekend.
How do I get into the office? I don't have access to the office.
The keys are on the box.
You guys put up a key box?
Yeah. If you don't want to do it, send photo, but somebody's got to go and set everything up. We have one escort so far for Saturday, but they have my phone, so I don't know what's going on. But again, they're not. I mean,
I'm not really. I don't know how to do any of that shit. I mean, photos probably.
I'll work on that with Rania, but you guys, they're not after you guys. They're after me, and they're only charging me for the thing with the deputy. So, just.
I don't know. I'm gonna call my attorney and.
Okay, notice he makes a pretty revealing statement there. They're only after the thing with the deputy. It's the only thing they're after me for. So in his mind, he can destroy all the evidence. So he's only got one charge instead of the 30 or 28 or whatever it is that he ends up getting. So if we can destroy that evidence before the police get to it, I will only have one charge instead of having to go to prison. I might get away with a slap on the wrist because this guy's been through it so many times, and they really weren't able to get anything on him until they got this particular information from the body cams.
Let me call my mother and stuff and figure things out.
No matter what, I need this cameras reset for the weekend. And then I need you to call Alan or anyone, call everyone and get help so we can get the tow truck out of the yard tomorrow or the day after if I can't get out tomorrow. But I don't want to stress everyone out. Everyone needs to stay calm.
I'm gonna call photo and or whatever and figure that out. I guess I'm gonna call photo and figure out what's going on. So I mean, this is crazy.
I believe that.
I'll have to go back in.
All right, brother. I believe that they're lying to me. I don't believe that this person gave information. So be careful what you say to your brother, because I don't want that to upset him. You understand?
Yeah. Let me.
I don't know if they're telling me the truth.
I'm coming back now.
All right.
Let me. I gotta go. All right.
All right.
All right. I'll talk to you.
Thank you for.
Okay, and on to the court video. Now watch the palms up like I talked about. Really weird things that he does.
Mr. Dewitte, I wouldn't make any facial expressions or motions or anything. You have an attorney who's capable of arguing whatever they need to argue for you. Statements.
I understand.
And then the judge who signed the capias. Mr. Dewitte, if you can't behave and conform, then we'll remove you.
No,
okay?
Your Honor. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
So,
my concern is this. I know we don't know.
within 30 days, if you cannot afford an attorney.
Okay, now this is another video from the Real World Police. I'm just going to scrub ahead a little bit here so we can get into Mr. Dewitte, and we'll go ahead and take it from here.
Was he already seen on the other? Oh, because he was our award. So.
Do you want to know?
Silly ads. Anyways, until I get more subscribers, I'll upgrade to YouTube Premium. This won't happen, but here we go.
Can you just state your name for the record for me?
Yes, Your Honor. It's Jeremy Charles Dewitte, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Dewitte, looks like you came on the docket because you have a number of out on release cases, and so that's why they held you, even though you were our award on the new law.
Yes,
and so, I don't know.
Your Honor, the state is requesting that Mary Lynn Honeymeyer for the state. The state's requesting that the defendant's bonds be revoked on his 3 prior cases.
How can I revoke bonds when the offense date occurred?
This offense date.
Now watch Jeremy's body language as he does this. Watch him shake his head, watch his hands, watch all the silly things he does. It's just a treat. Thank you, Jeremy, for being such an idiot. You make my life gleeful.
It occurred afterwards, Your Honor. The defendant was arrested on September 7th, 2019. When the defendant was here last time, the defendant misrepresented to the court that all these offenses happened prior to the 9/7 offense date. That is not the case. So the first case he was arrested on was 2019 CF 12733.
Right, and he was seen by a judge on the 8th, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the case for 2019 CF 15055, the offense date for that was September 16th, 2019.
But he hadn't been seen by a judge.
And that he was not arrested at that date, but that was when the felony offense took place. He was then seen by a judge when the defendant represented to the judge at initial appearance that this 15055 case happened before. It did not happen before. And this case that he's here on, 20 CF 1853.
And there goes the hand. And he's just dying to talk. You know, he's hearing somebody say all these things about him. And you know, Jeremy, he cannot contain himself. Wait till you see his argument with the security guard with the police there. I mean, he's got the police there. They're being cool, really nice. They're kind of siding with them. And he just can't help himself but act like a complete fool.
Happened on October 1st, 2019. So it's after the September 7th, the cases where he has been out on bond. When he was seen by a judge on September 8th, he was on release for that. and he has consistently picked up new law offenses since that September 7th date.
I mean, I understand that I could revoke on the 19 case. I don't know how I could revoke if he hadn't been seen by a judge
So that would be
before this offense, because the new law offense is alleged to have occurred
October 1st.
October 1st, yeah. So
the state would be requesting that his bond be revoked on the one that he was out on bond for.
because you said bonds.
Sorry, Judge.
Okay, all right, because that's why I was trying to figure out what you meant. Because I don't think I can revoke on the other cases.
The other ones, Your Honor, the bonds can stay the same, but the one that he was out on bond for at the time, the 2019 CF 12733, the state is requesting that that bond be revoked.
All right, Mr. Ladon, do you have any argument?
Yes, Your Honor. So I agree with the court's analysis and was going to raise that issue, but it's been resolved, so I'll pass to the next issue for me. All of these cases flow from video that was taken from my client as a result of his arrest in Windermere.
Okay, remember that phone call that he made from the court? Hey, go and destroy all that video. Hey, go reset the video for the weekend. Go reset that video. You know, we don't want them getting that video. I mean, we need it for the weekend. So it clearly shows that he was trying to hide something. And clearly all these additional charges came up once they were able to look at his body cam video. Because he's an idiot. He wants to look like police. And he video records all of this stuff and keeps it like a moron. Like an absolute moron, he keeps it.
We're not here to litigate that case, but for the court's consideration, one of the main elements of this offense that's alleged is that my client intentionally intercepted conversations. And what I think it's important for the court to understand for today's purposes is this. Mr. Dewitte operates a business that uses body cameras. Those body cameras are on all of his uniformed personnel that operate these funeral escorts. Those body cameras are always...
Look at him nodding like an idiot with all that emphatic motion. The judge is about to give him a little spanking here in a minute.
It's running. So in the event that law enforcement obtained these videos and is now going through systematically to find what else they can potentially charge my client with, what they're finding are those recordings. And so the issue of intent is really what's at stake here. I don't know that there's any way we're going to get to the bottom of that today, and don't expect the court to make that assessment. But I think before you revoke this man's bond and keep him in jail, I'd like you to at least consider the fact that that is the source of this audio. And
isn't this a recorded phone conversation?
correct, but anytime it's a helmet cam and a body camera. So anytime it's running, if he makes a phone call, it's going to record it.
Your Honor, if I may, I don't believe that this was body-worn camera footage that was recording in this case. I have seen the audio of it. It isn't from the defendant's body-worn camera. That's my understanding. So I understand what the defense is saying, but that is an argument to be made, not of whether or not his bond should be revoked.
Look at the idiot miming. It's on my chest. It's on my chest. Look, just look at me. It's on my chest. Here's where it is. And it's over and over again. His lawyer has to stop him, like, stop.
Vote, but an argument of whether or not there's PC, which has already been found, essentially.
Okay, because I mean, based on one of the affidavits, it says that I reviewed the above-mentioned disc that they received from Chief Edwards, which he obtained from Detective John Allen with the Windermere Police Department, and the disc contained an audio file of a recorded phone conversation that took place on October 1st between a person who identified himself as the defendant, a crime scene analyst, and the individual looks like Gregory Fosterino. So I don't know whether, Mr. Dewitte, I wouldn't make any facial expressions or motions or anything. You have an attorney who's capable of arguing whatever they need to argue for you, okay? So, I don't.
And there it is. Oh, I love it. Joyous. And just wait, there's more. Thank you, Jeremy. You're an idiot.
Don't know if it's a body camera, helmet, whatever is being recorded, but it appears as though it's some sort of a recording of an audio file from a phone conversation. So I don't feel like I know enough about what happened, but it's 2 sworn statements.
I understand.
And then the judge who signed the capias, Mr. DeWitte, if you can't behave and conform, then we'll remove you, okay?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
So,
he just can't help himself. He really can't. Like, it's hard for him to sit there and not be able to argue with the judge, with the prosecutor, with his attorney, with himself. I mean, he has just got to argue with everybody. Anyways, I'm going to exit out of full screen mode, let it play here for a little bit longer, and then we'll wrap it up here, okay?
My concern is this. I know we don't know enough about it, but my point is simply this. These are all videos. We could be in this position tomorrow, next week, next month, because they're going to continue to review this.
I never saw him on any other case. Right. I know that Judge Carter, I believe, did, and maybe some other judges, so I don't know.
And so I don't
know anything about the facts of any of the underlying cases either.
Well, they all flow from this Windermere arrest. So however the audio was obtained, it was obtained from my client's business records that are maintained on his person and on every one of his employees. And so my point is simply, I think it's a bit disingenuous to say definitively that he's out on bond committing new law offenses when the sourcing of this is directly from the recordings that are maintained through his business. So I'd rather have an opportunity to have my client out on bond where he can assist me with his defenses and to continue to represent him in that capacity than have him in custody. 1, 2, his wife is how many months pregnant?
She's 20 weeks.
Okay.
And this our third, well, it's our first baby, but our third chance.
She's had 2 miscarriages.
And that's scary to me that this guy is reproducing in the world and that somebody's willing to reproduce with him. That's even more frightening. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there because I think we've all had enough of Mr. DeWitte for today. I mean, honestly, I can't get enough of the guy. He's just a piece of work. Tomorrow or the next day, I'll be coming out with my next Jeremy DeWitte video because this next one is a doozy. I think I'm going to do a total of 4 or 5, maybe 6. And just kind of follow him where he goes from here. If there's anything interesting that I dig up, I'll post it and do some commentary on it. I just released episode 7 for my Scott Peterson True Crime Phenomenon series, and it's really compelling. You know, if you get the opportunity, go and watch that last video. You know, I think all of them are good, and I'm kind of biased. I made them all. But the last one really nails down the problems in the prosecution's case. And, you know, I've never been a Scott Peterson advocate, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of good information there that he's at least judicially not guilty based on the current evidence that is listed on the case. And I think it will blow your mind when you find out the truth. Because I believe the media narrative that he was guilty. Now, Jeremy, he's so stupid, he recorded himself. I mean, he probably recorded himself murdering somebody. I mean, who knows what this guy is? An idiot. Complete moron. Anyways, this is Josh, True Crime Phenomenon, our boner of the week, Mr. Jeremy DeWitte. Live from the courtroom, 2022, or from prison now. Anyways, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the views. Really appreciate if you'd like, subscribe, comment. Could really use some subscriptions, likes, comments, all of the above. If you want to share it or not, I need those things in order to keep growing the channel. That way I can upgrade, justify upgrading software and video editing and all these different things. So if you like the content that I'm bringing, please, support the channel. I'm not asking for money. All I'm asking for is support by subscriptions, likes, and comments. And whatever your comment is, I don't care on any of my videos. I always leave all the comments. I will never block them or delete them, because I feel like that's fake. That's no better than the current media. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, and on my channel, you are allowed your own opinion, your own thoughts, and I will never censor those. So thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. Josh, True Crime Phenomenon, Boner of the Week, Mr. Jeremy Dewitte. Thank you, Jeremy, for being a complete moron. Have a great day, folks.